her new film and how her career as an actor, producer, co-writer. And I'm welcoming Sophia Yepes to the program. Sophia, thanks for stopping by. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Excellent, excellent. So kind of how did it all start? Acting first? How did it go?
Oh yeah, I was born acting. My poor mother, I put her through hell when I was a kid. Just, I love to pretend to be somebody else. And so I would make up scenarios growing up. And then one day I decided I'm gonna actually go for it and make a career out of it.
And when you kind of knew what was that? No, I got it. I know it. It's coming.
Oh, I think it's every time my mom would come running, worried out of her mind, asking me, "What's the matter? What's the matter? And I'm like, "Oh, nothing. I'm just pretending acting." And she's like, "Oh, you really have me." And I was like, "Oh, I got something here."
Exactly. When we find out our passion, it's game on. If I could just continue, just coach and be on the mic all day long, and talking to clients, that's what I love, and that's pretty much what I do. So
Yeah.
it's hard to find something that you love, and once you find out you're pretty good at something you love, then it's game on. It's like, okay,
100%.
like it doesn't feel like work. You probably talk to your friends, and they're probably like they don't understand unless they're acting friends, right?
Oh, 100%. Oh, my acting friends, we could talk about it all day long. My non-acting friends are like, "All you guys do is talk about acting. It's so annoying."
Work. All you talk about is work. Get away from work. Guess
Yeah,
what?
but it's
No,
not work to
no.
us. We love it.
And I bet you in your mind, you probably will never retire from this. This is something you'll do for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I'm doing theater in June, and it's not something that like pays all the bills and all this stuff, but it's because I love it, and it I have to do it. I'm gonna continue doing it forever.
That's
Forever.
great. Okay, so tell us, specifically enough about the film and how did you say, okay, I'm going to wear a different hat than being an actor.
I think for me it was I moved from New York to LA, and casting in New York is very different from LA. When I came to in New York, we have different um it's known that there's like Puerto Ricans, Colombians, all different kinds of Latinos. When I came to LA, only Mexicans. That's the only kind of Latino that exists out here. So it was really hard for me to find a space where I fit in because I don't look particularly Mexican. Sometimes I don't look particularly Latina at all. Um, so I needed to figure something out for myself. I wasn't getting into the rooms, into the casting rooms, and I couldn't get credits. They wouldn't let me in because I didn't have enough credits, and then I couldn't get credits because they wouldn't let me in to audition. So I had to take matters into my own hands and create my own content.
And that's key, right? Creating your own content. And it's a
You
process,
know?
right? But it's fun. It's like when you get to create your own content, you say, why do I want to go act anywhere else? Because it's my thing. I'm finally creating something that I love, that envision, and you put that hat on. And in a lot of ways, writing too, where you
Oh,
always
totally.
writing's a hard thing, right? Because we're always told, oh, we're thinking about somebody that's going to correct our writing. No, no,
Oh,
no.
right.
It's a totally different thing. Creative writing is not the writing, right? Because you always have somebody that could edit that. And then, especially in, I guess, when you're thinking film, it's more about just putting it together to make it fit into a film.
Totally. I mean, I think once you take the reins and you decide to take control of your own story, it's kind of like when you're a kid again, right? Like you're just playing. You're just playing, and how much magic comes from just playing, like all the best kind of magic. And like you said, you have people that come in that are experts in certain things, and they'll be like, "Yeah, let's cut this out." I mean, our editing process was torture because we cut out so much, but but we got to play with all of it, you know?
And,
Totally.
and but so why the cutout so much? I mean, it was funny. I was talking to Leo Rossi on my show a couple weeks ago, and he basically was talking about specifically all the things that gets cut out of a film and how many takes you take and all these different things. Does it stink when you see certain things removed?
Oh, totally. I mean, there's two scenes that I absolutely love that I'm bummed that they're not in the film, but it like once you see it all together, it's not it I don't know how to explain it. Like from script to screen, it just sometimes you need to cut certain things out. Sometimes it just doesn't land the way you wanted it to land, or the story is just stronger when you cut the thing out, you know? And while it's very difficult to, what they say, get rid of your darlings, right? Super difficult. But it's necessary for you to have like the best possible product.
And I'm thinking about the show on Apple TV now that really shows that. Oh,
I heard.
oh my goodness. And
I
it'll
heard it's
come to me.
great.
What is the name of it again? Remind me. I can't.
Is it
Oh,
show business, show?
something. Oh, it'll kill me.
Oh,
Right.
the studio, the studio.
The studio. It's amazing, but it's like they showed this one where they had to cut out 45 minutes of something saying this is terrible, this is terrible, and they showed how upset some it was so amazing, but it's
Yeah,
funny.
it really
It's
happened.
like, oh my gosh, and then they show always the when the people come in that are the financiers and the ones running the film, they're like everyone ignore them. I'm like it's not, and it
No,
probably
it's
is what,
totally, it's a real thing. It happens.
no,
Yes.
really.
Yes. That's why the show's so great. I think it's based on a lot of real, actual like moments that happen in Hollywood.
Oh my goodness. But that's things. So tell me about the film real quickly. So
So our film is about this woman who is a music producer. That's her dream. That's her goal. She also happens to be a war veteran. And while she's kind of accomplishing her goal, she's also working for a drug lord, and she's smurfing for him. So that means that she's dealing with the money and making the deposits of the money and trying to like make sure they don't trace how much he's depositing. Um, Along her journey, she falls in love with this woman who happens to be a singer. So, like, they have that in common. She gets really into her. And then she finds out that this woman owes money to some really bad people. And she decides to steal from her drug lord boss to pay for that woman's debts. And chaos ensues after that.
it's oh my gosh, it sounds like it in many ways. And what is your hope for this film? What do you want to get out of it? Mhm.
Well, I think originally what I wanted to get out of it was to have a little bit more recognition for my talent, because I did it so that I can get in the rooms, right? I wanted to showcase my talent as an actor, but now um it's become more of a like a stepping stone to create more films for and rather films that have different kinds of narratives. I think as a woman, as a Latina, queer, like I just we've seen a lot of the same narratives, and for me it's important to have different stories. And so like it's just opened up this can of worms where I get to make anything I want. And that's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to create more films and
And
stories.
and absolutely, and stories and working and ultimately what ideas come up next in your head, right?
Yeah, I'm actually currently working on a Western. So,
Really? Oh
yeah.
my goodness. We definitely need to connect. I have a connection over at INSP with that stuff. So it's
Oh,
interesting.
really?
Yeah, what they're doing with Westerns. INSP completely went over to the Western route completely. That's all they have on their network.
Oh, I didn't know
So,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So interesting to see what can happen. I have some other connections of people that are friends, actor friends of mine involving Westerns. So I'm intrigued. We'll have to kind of stay in touch and let me know
Absolutely, would love that.
how that project goes. Because I tell you, Westerns are really hot. Well, I mean, did you see how much it's costing for 1929 and how much that's costing every episode? It's ridiculous. The number is unreal.
Wow.
And
I
just
mean, it's great production, beautiful, it's fantastic. I mean,
yeah.
it's gorgeous. Obviously am not in that caliber, but
No,
like,
yeah.
but it's interesting. Like they were so hot so long ago, and they kind of took a little bit of a hiatus. And now with 1929, and what was the other one that I thought was fabulous? 18
Yellowstone. What about Yellowstone too?
Yellowstone. And
Yeah.
there was another one, 18 something, 18.
I forget. I forget.
Anyway, the other one, I was like, I've always wanted to do something like this. And it just so happens that somebody brought something to me that happened to be a Western. And I said to myself a few years ago, I was like, this is something I also don't see a lot of Latinos in.
Yeah. You
women
need to get A.
protagonist.
Martinez. He was big in some of the big Western type
Ooh,
shows. A. Martinez.
A.
Look him up.
Martinez. I'm
Look him
looking.
up. Look him up.
I
Yeah, he's
will.
well known in a lot of different things. Isn't it funny? We all see these things, and but that's the process. But I didn't know who A. Martinez was, so I saw all the different shows. Like you know how we watch movies and TV, and we're like, who? I know that guy.
Yeah,
Look at me.
yeah.
I can't even remember the shows I'm watching. That's because I interview too many people, right? I,
Oh yeah, they
you know,
probably like just blended
yeah,
and stuff.
it's blended in, but that's the thing. But definitely check that out. That's exciting. When do you look at? Are you looking at put the production together and all that stuff? What's your
Probably
hopes?
not till next year. We're just developing the story now.
Hmm. And that's a lot of writing for you, right?
Yeah.
Do you spend that time writing all the time? Like, is that something like you? How many hours a day you think you spend writing?
Oh no, I think that's why I'm co-writing right now. I'm not a writer where I can sit there in front of a computer. But that being said, I will say, and it's not a daily thing, it's more of a weekly thing. Like I'll do like 20 hours a week writing, but it's I don't know how to explain it, but it's different kind of writing. I don't write my whole projects by myself. It's a co-writing for a reason. I'm not a
Hey,
writer.
no, no.
That is such a tortured. I feel so bad for writers sometimes because they're like going at it and going at it, and then sometimes they have to chuck the whole thing, and I'm just like, I tried it, I've done it a few times, I enjoy it, and every time I say that, a writer's like, then you're not actually
All
writing,
right.
you're not doing this right.
Okay. Best place we can check out the film. Where can we go?
In the Black Network.
All right. Appreciate it. And follow you on socials. Where? Where can we connect?
Sophia, Sofia, J as in Jacob, Yepes, Yepes.
Appreciate it, Sophia. Thanks again.
Thanks, Neil.
All right. You're listening and watching the